Hello Libra, and welcome to your August 2022 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out is an interesting combination because I have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So here there's Six of Wands. This is like, okay, you know, my willpower has reached my heart chakra. I'm not conflicted. I don't have anything to prove anymore or anything like that. Like there's this knowledge of I've come back from, you know, my trials and periples. But with the Seven of Cups, this is like I'm in front of, but what is in front of me is a cloud with all sorts of options, but I don't know what to take. So it's almost like you're at the end, like you finished period, but then you're like, what's next? And there's something preventing you from having the clarity of what's next. After that, I have Temperance and the Chariot. So two major arcanas after that. Temperance is the capacity to mix opposites to acquire a balance, a bit like when we temper metal. Also purifying, healing, seeing the bigger picture. You know, that goes with Sagittarius and all of that. So Temperance and the Chariot is all of that about movement forward, but the true meaning of it is inner movement forward. You know, that's why often here I have it in the Rider-Waite, you'll have two Sphinx in front of it with their arm crossed. So it's not really outside movement, you know, like a car or whatever, unless you read on a very pentacle level here. But this is Cancer, this is the fourth house, this is going within and finding our alignment. And it is all about that capacity to move forward within ourselves. That's why his Chariot is like a block of cement, okay? And he's got the moons on his shoulders. It's all happening in the shadow. So anyway, what is under our Six of Wands and our Seven of Cups, I have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And a bit like for Virgo, for the ones of you who are cusps or that have like the ascendant or whatever in Virgo, here Libra, the Queen of Wands was in reverse for them also. And the Queen of Wands is the part of us that kind of knows what we desire, our inner compass, what we are going to attract towards us. You know, when nothing is happening and we're waiting, and why isn't nothing happening? I'm waiting for a sign, I'm waiting for something, and there's nothing. It's because in order to see it outside, we need to connect with it inside first. And that's the Queen of Wands' job. We're entering this fiery month here in the month of Leo. So I think the emphasis will be on, yes, you're at the Six of Wands. What's next? You gotta go inside and actually find where is your compass heading, what it is you truly desire. Then you will see and start attracting that which corresponds to this. Because when we start attracting from a Seven of Cups, we attract absolutely anything. Anything goes. The good, the bad, the tragic, the anything good. Anything. Under a Queen of Wands, we have the Eight of Swords. So, of course, you don't know, like you can't really feel what is that gut passion about, and you're in a mental prison. So even though you finished your past cycle, lesson, or name it like you want, emotionally in front of you, it's a fog. And that's like Venus in Scorpio, like it's all the possibilities are there, but they're not options, they're projections. My compass, I can't really feel it. When I go in my head, analysis paralysis, I can't seem to see a solution. Or I have arguments for every options or projections that I see. Under temperance, because here we can see temperance was in reverse, it's just that it's not done clearing what needs to be cleared emotionally, so that you can feel your desire, your fire within yourself. So this is happening during the month. Temperance is going to come, but in order to really heal and allow you to put, your foot in the water there and so on, you need to let go of, this is the Four of Swords, and we have the Devil in it. And so that means you gotta get out of ruminating your past sorrows and disappointments. The healing, what is preventing finishing the healing so that you can have things clear and realigned and move forward. It's because, when we remain in, and that happened, and that happened, and this is part of my truth. And then we have here the Devil telling us, with this little gesture, that this is all there is. What you've went through, the sadnesses of before, this is all there is. There's nothing more than that for you. Even if you dream, don't really believe it, or I will destroy it with my mind before I can actually attract it towards me. And so that's why there's a decision that needs to be taken. Two of Wands with the Sun. And the Sun here in the Tarot de Marseille, back then the Sun was more associated with Gemini than Leo. But it's that kind of, you can see it more like, that's why you have like the twins on it. Okay? And you have all these drops coming down, like downput, input, the sun rays with data, information coming down. And here the twins, it's reuniting the two aspects of us in order to make a decision. Two of Wands is there also. So my decision is, what is my truth? Am I holding on to, my past sorrows and disappointments and sadnesses that just create this fog in front of me and put me in my head? Or do I, even if it's my comfort zone, or do I, the other wand, take a decision and get out of there? So of course here under the Chariot, the Chariot is when we master what was in the shadow. That's why he's got moons on his shoulders. You see the two little moons on his shoulders. So we master what was in the shadow so we can move forward. So that means that this month, as Temperance is working on you, and you end up at the point where you're going to be able to take a decision, and you are going to let go. This is the Four of Pentacles, but in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles is really like, you see there's like a shield here, okay, with a landscape on it. And so, when our wounds and our experiences and our story actually becomes our shield, it's hard to let it go. If I let go of the traumas and the things I've went through, it's almost like we believe it will be vulnerable if we let it go. Because this, like if it would protect us. Because if I know that this is my reality, I cannot be surprised. I cannot be taken short, you know, like, so, but that prevents life from flowing and you from moving on. So here, we're releasing. And here, I have a bunch of cards, but the one on top is the Magician, and we have right under the Pope. And this is really taking charge of our lives with those two cards. I'm going to use my discernment and what I understand spiritually, and I will actually take charge of my life. And here, there's a bit of a 7 of Wands with it, with the 3 of Cups. This is like, you know what? I want to be happy. And no matter what you're saying out there, a bit like a affront, you know, when it comes to maybe people around you, the universe or whatever, but there's this decisiveness of, I'm not going back there anymore, no more. That's how I take my decision. At the end of the month, you'll be a bit like, no more. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm taking charge and releasing what is preventing my Chariot to actually move forward now. So let's, bottom of the deck, we had the 5 of Cups here. So that means it's really a treatment, moving forward past the leftovers of the emotional. It's like at one point we arrived to a point where I've got nothing to prove anymore. It's okay, it's done. But now I have to release it, because if not, it's still holding me back. Okay. Libra. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Libras for the month of August 2022. Okay, let's clarify the 7 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. 7 of Cups and the 6 of Wands for Libras. All right. Okay, so of course yours are 5 of Cups, 5 of Cups, okay? And it's like, yes, ready to let that all go. But it's almost like if, you know, a bit stuck in your head. And here, the Sun, the Sun. 8 of Swords, 8 of Swords, the Sun. And so it's like that, because the emotions are not completely drained out, let's say, when it comes to that, you know, 5th house of self-expression, of the soul shining through here, expressing myself, Leo, naked kid on a white horse, there's some censorship, or there's some you can't because, mental prison around it. Let's look at that Temperance. But the deed is done. 6 of Wands. I mean, it's done. You don't need to go through that anymore. And you could have had, like, for some of you, it could have been something very, you know, official, like a promotion or whatever, but an opportunity. You come back from war and there's acknowledgement in there. And so it's almost like you have a hard time making the second step because you don't know where it's heading. And that's why the last release will be needed for it. Ace of Swords with Temperance. And here is the Four of Cups. So, yeah, it's not because you've been there, done that, that's all that it's going to be. And what Temperance, by releasing and tempering your emotions, you're going to be able to come to terms with, I can have lived something hard and painful, but that doesn't mean that Three of Cups, happiness, joy, peace, emotional fulfillment is not compatible with me. This is done, and I can actually choose to manifest something else. There's something you understand about that you'll be able to integrate the two without preventing, from moving on to something else there. Let's look at the Chariot. Okay, it just stopped a bit between the Devil and the Five of Cups, but I'm gonna Chariot. That's it, you're gonna... But I'm not surprised, because that would be moving on from the mental restrictions that were there because you were holding on to your past sadnesses. Okay? And so that's why this is like the movement forward from that. So that you can make a step forward. Page of Wands, this is like, yes, now I know my direction. I've got the enthusiasm, I've got the fire. I'm going to go for it. I am not going to be stuck behind all of my wands by fear of what is coming next, because I'm holding on to my past sadnesses. This is like, okay, no, I'm not gonna let it mentally, emotionally, or anything like that. I am actually crossing the symbolic threshold. If you look at that, you see it's got like two poles. He's actually passing. He's under the canopy, but he's moving forward in this. Okay. Let's look at that Queen of Wands in reverse right now. Did you flip completely? Yes, you did. Who were you? Death. Great. That's what we want, because that's what's going to move the Wheel of Fortune. And here is the Pope. 3 major arcanas right there, but by finally letting die the old waters that was like, watering down your fire, let's say. This is going to initiate the transformation so that you can get out of your head. Knight of Cups, and know exactly what you want to bring forward, what you want to invest yourself in. And here I have the Moon. Okay, that's all about that inner world. And here I have the Seven of Wands again. So it's almost like you've been resisting, and now you're going to use your willpower to say, no, this is it. Instead of resisting because I'm still in my old wounds, at the end of the month, you're going to release and take that wand to create, to manifest with your discernment. The Moon and Death right there, this is really a beautiful transformation right there. You see those two pillars? They're in the background of the Death card right there. The two pillars. So moving past the insecurities, the fears, the animalistic side, freaking out, putting you in your head, watering down what is your compass telling you, what is your desire. So Temperance, Ace of Sword. The more you let go, the more the clarity is going to come. So here the Devil and the Four of Sword. We have the Moon again. And here we have the Six of Cups. So there's a beautiful, for a lot of you, it can be old stuff going from the childhood, okay? But truly letting go of things, this is going to allow your cups to be purified. In the Six of Cups, you see that they have like white flowers in their cups. And that's why they're at the point where they can actually, you know, give and receive in a free way. The cups were purified, Scorpio. The Moon. Let's look here. Letting go, and here I have the Magician. Magician, but Magician. Two of Wands and the Sun. So this is really getting the clarity so that here your willpower, this is actually going to readjust your willpower, give you the fire and the guts again. But probably Leo season here is going to shed the light on where you're actually killing your own fire because of your old sadnesses and things you haven't truly let go. And the clarity of this will reconnect you to old stuff that you've been reminiscing for a long time, all the way back to your childhood, that has been holding you back because it was limiting your view to what you've experienced is only that. That, you know, that's all that's possible for you, and actually preventing you from moving past it. And fire is a karma breaker. Four of Pentacles here. And I think that you are, here's the Lovers, here's the High Priestess, here's the Seven of Swords but in reverse. And being like an air sign, Libra, it's easy for you to use your own mind to cut your own legs. But by releasing this, you're also deep weaponizing yourself against yourself. It's a soul, it's a soul lesson here, okay, with the High Priestess. And here, Six of Sword. Turning the page, you're letting go. You're shedding a big weight from your shoulders, but not a weight in the wands, but a mental weight and an emotional weight. Here I have the King and Queen of Cups. Because this is what is going to be the light is going to be shed on this. Oh, that was quick. Yeah. Three of Cups. Three of Cups, Three of Cups. This is really like, I'm going to choose to be happy. Ten of Swords. I'm finishing the mental prison, the sabotage, the procrastination, the hurting myself with arguments. And here is my Ace of Wands. Here's my new beginning. Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. You're starting a new path at the end of the month because you will have actually, it's It's one thing to understand what we've went through, logically make all sense of it. As long as we haven't actually released it emotionally, those waters will keep bringing stagnation, status quos, energy draining, and preventing us from having the next direction. What's next? So I'm gonna call this what's next, because I think that's gonna be like the major questioning that you're gonna have about yourself. You seem to have done like a big leap of understanding things, but as long as you will not have let go, of course for some of you this you will do in the first week, others this will lag a bit, but here there's a transformation that is at the end of the month going to allow you to actually know what's next. So on this, my beautiful Libras, I'm sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, the description is below. In the plus section, there's an email. You write to me, I write to you back to give you the information. And of course, I will never put my phone number in the comment section. If you see this, it's not me, it's a scam. So, sorry about that. It's a sign of the times, I think. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, on the new moons, I do a little ceremony to give back. So, on this, namaste. All my love and light for you for the month of August. And I'll see you next month.